Geographical distribution of services. Services do not spread evenly across space. Some areas have many hospitals, colleges, malls, banks, and information technology parks. Other areas have only few basic services such as small school and primary health center. To understand this, we can look at three contrasts: urban areas and rural areas, core regions and peripheral regions, national service hubs and global service hubs. Urban versus rural services. Cities and towns are natural service centers because they have a large populations and many potential users of services. They have higher incomes and more demand for advanced services. They have better transport and communication. They concentrate administration and business headquarters. So, in cities we usually find multiple hospitals including specialty hospitals, many schools, colleges, coaching centers and universities, dense network of banks, automatic teller machines and insurance offices, and large wholesale markets, malls and supermarkets, information technology parks, call centers, media offices and corporate headquarters. Public services such as courts, government offices, police headquarters and municipal offices. Cities also serve surrounding rural areas. People from villages travel to towns for a serious medical treatment, higher education, banking, legal work and specialized shopping. In most villages, service options are fewer and more basic. They are primary schools or secondary schools, but rarely colleges. There may be a small health sub center or one primary health center. There are few bank branches or cooperative societies and weekly markets. Transport and communication facilities are limited in remote villages. Even though these services are limited, they are vital for supporting agriculture, providing basic education, health and linking villages with large service centers. Core and periphery regional patterns of services. Inside a country, some regions have a strong service sectors and some have weak service sectors. Core regions are highly urbanized and industrialized. They have a good transport and communication networks. They contain a major metropolitan cities. They act as a centers of finance, information, technology, higher education, advanced healthcare, tourism and administration. Peripheral regions. They are more rural and less industrialized. They depend heavily on primary activities such as agriculture, forestry and mining. They have few urban centers and mostly basic services. People from peripheral regions often travel or migrate to core regions for jobs, education, healthcare and administrative services. This creates spatial inequality between service rich cores and service poor peripheries. A major risk of planning is to reduce the gap by improving services in backward areas. Global patterns, world service hubs. Some cities as world service centers, global financial centers such as London, New York and Tokyo with big banks, stock exchanges, insurance companies and corporate headquarters. Information technology and digital services hubs in parts of the United States of America, India and East Asia. Tourism hubs where famous capitals, beaches and heritage sites attract international visitors. Education hubs with globally known universities and research centers. Geographical distribution of services in India. Let us see the service geography of India. Service concentration in metros and big cities. A large share of India's advanced services concentrated in a few metropolitan regions. Examples includes Delhi National Capital Region with the government administration, finance, education and information technology services. Mumbai with finance, stock exchange, media, films, corporate headquarters and port related services. Bengaluru with information technology, software startups and education. Chennai, Hyderabad and Pune with information technology, automobile, engineering related services, education and healthcare. Kolkata with administration, trade, education and port services. These cities are surrounded by smaller services centers and satellite towns that extend services into the wider regions. State capitals and regional centers. State capitals such as Lucknow, Jaipur, Bhopal, Patna, Bhubaneswar and Thiruvananthapuram, and old commercial cities such as Kanpur, Surat, Coimbatore, Ludhiana and Indore acts as administrative centers with the state level government offices. Education hubs with the universities and professional colleges. Healthcare centers with large hospitals. Commercial centers with wholesale markets and trading activities. They serve their own populations and surrounding districts and towns. Rural and small town services. In rural India, services are simpler but still important. Basic services are provided through primary schools and secondary schools, health sub-centers and primary health centers, panchayat offices and local administration, fair price shops, small market, banks and cooperatives, some bigger villages and small towns often called rural services centers. They may have higher secondary schools or junior colleges, better equipped primary health centers, police stations, more shops and weekly markets. These places connect rural population to higher level services in district, headquarters and state capitals. Digital services and the new geography. Digital services are changing the map of services in India. Mobile banking and unified payments interface based payments allow financial services to reach people in smaller towns and villages. Online shopping brings goods and related services to places without large physical markets. Online education and telemedicine reduce the need to travel long distances for some learning and some medical consultations. Young people in smaller towns can sometimes earn by providing online support or digital content for clients far away. But this change is uneven. Areas with good internet and reliable electricity benefit more. Areas with poor connectivity or frequent power cuts still lag behind. This creates a digital divide, which is a new form of spatial inequality. Digital tools can widen access to services, but geography still matters. Tertiary sector development and regional imbalances. Finally, let us connect the tertiary sector with the development and regional imbalances. The growth of services has a positive side and a negative side. On the positive side, regions with strong services sector normally have higher incomes, better education, better health and more diverse work opportunities. Services like education and healthcare help people from poorer backgrounds build capacities and break out of poverty. Tourism and hospitality can bring income and jobs to remote but scenic or culturally rich areas. On the negative side, when advanced services are concentrated in a few states or cities, regional inequalities can increase. Young people from less developed regions often migrate to big cities for work or study, which puts pressure on urban infrastructure. Many service jobs, especially in the informal sector such as casual hotel work, shop assistants, delivery workers and security guards are low paid and insecure. So, the challenge is how to expand and upgrade services in backward regions so that development becomes more balanced across space. In simple words, the tertiary sector is both a driver of development and a possible source of regional imbalances. Summary: tertiary economic activities are service activities. They do not produce physical goods, but they provide intangible services that support people, businesses and other sectors of the economy. We classified service sector into 7 groups: trade and commerce, transport and communication, financial services such as banking and insurance, social services such as education, healthcare, sanitation and welfare, personal and community services, public administration, law and defense, tourism, hospitality and recreation. We saw that service sector has grown rapidly because of rising incomes and changing lifestyles, urbanization and city growth, industrialization and supporting services, technological and communication changes and government policies, welfare programs. Geographically, services are unevenly distributed. Urban and core regions, especially metropolitan cities, have more and more advanced services, while rural and peripheral regions usually have a fewer and more basic services. At the global level, a few world cities act as a major service hubs in finance, information technology, tourism and education. In India, major service concentrations are found in metropolitan cities such as Delhi, National Capital Region, Mumbai, Bengaluru, Chennai, Hyderabad, Pune, Kolkata, as well as in state capitals and old commercial cities. Finally, we saw that the tertiary sector is both a strong driver of development and a potential cause of regional imbalances. To understand development properly, we must look not only at how many services exist, but also at where they are located and who can reach them. With this, we will end the discussion on the tertiary economic activities and service sector classification. Thank you.